BookTube, it's Missy, and welcome back to part 4. Part 4 of my book tour for 2015. This shelf you will find more mystery and my science fiction. And that's it. I will see you in a second. Bye. Okay, on to the 4th shelf. On this bookcase, we have all of the more mysteries. We have more mysteries. So there's an overview. Let's start with the beginning. A Density of Souls by Christopher Rice. This is a mystery LGBT. Then we have Gravesend Light by David Payne. Another adult mystery. I'm not sure what this is about, but hopefully the lighthouse has something to do with it, because that's why I grabbed it. Alright, next we have The Murderer's Daughters by Randy Susan Myers. Another adult mystery. We have The Key, The Fate of Man Lies in the Hands of One Woman by Simone Toney. This is the beginning, or the first book of this trilogy. Another adult mystery. I'm not sure what it's about, other than the girl is important. And then we have Sanctus, Revelation or Devastation. And lastly is, The Tower. All by Simon. Or, I don't know why I said Simone. It's Simon. Simon Toney. Next, we have The Library of Shadows by Mikkel Berkengard. This is an adult mystery. I think this is translated, but I could be wrong. I do have translated books on my shelf, so I don't know. Next is The Aviary by Kathleen Odell. This is a middle grade mystery. I like the birds. This one is translated. This is Echoes from the Dead by Johan Therowen. And translated by, what is that, Marlene Delargy. This is, I can't remember what the trilogy is called, but this is a Swedish, I think, a Swedish mystery. And then we have She Is Not Invisible by Marcus Sedgwick. Another mystery, contemporary, I think. This one is The Little Woods by McCormick Templeton. That's a YA mystery. Then we had The Red Church. There's a Congregation of Darkness by Scott Nicholson. This is a mystery, but it's an adult. I think it might be horror mystery, but I thought I took all those out and put them in their own section. I don't know. Then we have In the Woods by Tana French. This is another adult mystery series. I had all of them in my hands because I got this from the library bookstore, and they were all $1. I had like 5 of them, but I didn't know if I'd like it, so I put it back, and now I kind of wish I would have bought them all. Next we have The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield, and this is a book about books mystery, which I want to read soon. Then we have The Blur by Stephen James. This is a completed copy that I won on Goodreads. I do want to read it. I don't know why I haven't yet. And then we have, Deadly Cool is the first one by Gemma Halliday. Why can't I read? This is a chicklet mystery YA. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. And the sequel, Social Suicide. Then we have here The Book of Air and Shadows by Michael Gruber. Again, this is another book about books, and this is an adult mystery. Uh-oh, I'm bending the pages. And then we have The Missing Girl by Norma Fox Mazer. Sorry about that. My husband is still texting me. This is I started it. I never finished it. I think I only got like 12 pages in, so I do need to read it, but it's about a pedophile, I think, and like 5 sisters. I can't remember. I didn't read all of it through. Next we have Catch Your Death, Fear is Contagious by Louise Voss and Mark Edwards. another mystery. And as you can see, I have another little bookmark slash divider called Mystery and Thrillers. So up here is still mystery. We have Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. We have Dreamquake by Elizabeth Knox. This is like a mystery dream book. And Dream Hunter. I'll put these back up. Oops. And then I have, well, that's not supposed to be there. That's the next. Oh, actually, I think all those ones are sci-fi. Yeah, they're sci-fi. So they are not mystery. Let me continue. We have Old Man's War by John Scalzi. We have The End of Mr. Y by Scarlett Thomas. I love this cover. We have The Road by Cormac McCarthy. And we also have Off-World by Robin Parrish. All science fiction books. I had to stick them up here because they wouldn't fit. And let's continue on with the sci-fi. So the first one here is The City of Ember by Gian Dupro, I think. There it is. I don't know why I wasn't focusing. That's the word. This is middle grade. And then I don't own the second book, but this is the third book called The Prophet of Yonwood. And this is the fourth book in the series, which is The Diamond of Darkhold. I'm not sure what... I know it's sci-fi, but I think it's dystopian, like a middle grade dystopian. Then we have Flip by Martin Bedford. I believe this is another YA. He wakes up as somebody else, but again, I haven't read it yet. And we have The Broken Hearted by Amelia Connie. This is a steampunk or a sci-fi dystopian romance. Something to that effect. Now let's put all the other books back on. Alright, people. Okay, we are back. I always say we, like as if I have more than one personality, which is not true. Maybe. Okay, so let me just get these out of the way. We have the dystopian science fiction world Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. And then we have the second book, which is Pretties. And then we have... Ooh, stay up there. No, I said stay. Stay. Dang you. Then we have Specials. And... Stay. Thank you. Then we have the companion novel Extras. Alright, next we have The Rapture of the Nerds by Cory Doctorow and Charles Stross. Then I have The Foundling, which is by D.M. Cornish. This is a YA middle grade, I think. Like a steampunky science fiction. Yeah, and it's called The Monster Blood Tattoo. So I'm excited to read that. I also have the sequel. It's so hard to do this right and left-handed. Okay, the sequel, Lamplighter, which is just a chunker. Look at that. I think the third one, the third in the trilogy, is even bigger than this, which is ridiculous. Okay, so there's those. Alright, and then now on to my alien books. I have Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is known as the alien version of Twilight. So I've heard. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. And then we have Onyx. Woo, by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book took forever to find. I'm sure you guys heard the story where it was $60, $100 because they had the bind-ups. Now nobody wanted to sell this for regular price. And then finally Amazon had it again, which I was extremely grateful because I wasn't going to spend $1 billion on a sequel. Alright, and then after Onyx is Opal, the third in the trilogy. Or not trilogy, it's series. Oh, and then lastly we have Origin, all by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Opposition is number 5 in the ugly, well, they're all ugly, but I wanted them all to be the same kind of cover, but the 5th one is a different cover. And I guess I'll live, but of course I don't have it. And then on to my other alien books. We have The Greys. They're already here. Woo. Ignore the ugly sticker and see the alien. See the alien. By Whitley Strieber. He's the one who wrote Communion. If you haven't read Communion, I haven't read Communion, but what you called? The cover scares the heck out of me. Okay, on to another alien book. This is a YA alien science fiction dystopian, something like that, by Rick Yancey. I haven't read it yet. Everybody says the 5th wave is good, but that the sequel is junk. But I bought the sequel anyway, and that is The Infinite Sea. 3rd one comes out, I think, next month. Not next month, sorry, next year. Again, I could be wrong. Alright, and then we have Midnight City by J. Barton Mitchell. What did it say on the back? I can't remember. It was supposed to be like 2 books, like, I'm not even gonna say what it's supposed to be like. Anyway, those are all of my alien books. Down to the last books of my science fiction. We have Storm Dancer, book 1 of The Lotus War by Jay Kristoff. I know you fit. Scooch in there. We have the sequel, which is Kinslayer. I need to get the 3rd one, which is Endslinger, I think. Something like that. It's a goldish cover. These are so pretty. The UK editions are gorgeous too. They're white, kind of like a Brandon Sanderson kind of style. Very pretty. But these are really pretty too. Alright, and then we have, those are YA by the way. Then we have The Bone Clocks by David Mitchell. This is the same author as Cloud Atlas. This is an adult science fiction. I believe this is about time travel as well. I could be wrong, but this is a ARC that I won off of Goodreads. I think it's also signed. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's signed. So that was cool. Then we have The Revolutions by Felix Gilman, another adult sci-fi book. And The Curiosity by Stephen Kiernan. I think this is an adult sci-fi as well. I believe this is about time travel. Then we have, oops, that's not the first book. Then we have Mask of the Red Death by Bethany Griffin. This is a retelling of The Mask of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. This is a steampunk science fiction retelling. And then we have Dance of the Red Death, the sequel. Same lady, Bethany Griffin. Those are YA. And then we have the first book of the Chaos Walking trilogy, which is Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This is a science fiction book about people who can, they're telepathic and they can't turn it off, something like that. So yeah, everyone says it's really, really good. Thank you, Penelope, for sending this to me. I need to get the other 2. And the last 2 books on my science fiction shelf is, oop, that's the second one, darn it, is City of Dark Magic by Magnus Flight. I did buy it because the guy's name is Magnus, which is pretty funny. Conan O'Brien blurbs on it for some reason, and it's about magic, and it's science fiction. So yeah, it's like steampunk, I think. And then we have the second sequel to the book, which is City of Lost Dreams. Alright, so yeah, that is all. Is that all? Oh no, I have more, darn it. I forgot about the ones that sit up top here. So we have Perfect Ruin by Lauren DeStefano. She also wrote the Chemical Garden trilogy, which I have the first one up in the red section, which was also a science fiction dystopian. Anyways, I don't know anything about this one. I'm hoping it is steampunky, and that's why there's gears on it. I love this cover. Hate the sequels cover. I don't know why it had to be looking like that. They should have stuck with those covers because they're gorgeous. Next we have The Peculiar by Stefan Bachman. This is a middle grade steampunk science fiction. I can't wait to read it. I also have the sequel, The Whatnot. Ew, it's so pretty. Oh, it's a companion. So not necessarily a sequel, but cute nonetheless. Alright, and then we're heading to the unknown books. This is not science fiction. They're more adventure books, but there's only 3 adventure books that I have, so I just stuck it on the science fiction shelf. And that is The 13.5 Lives of Captain Blue Bear by Walter Moores. This is a, God, I want to say it's a YA adult, even though there's cartoons in it, but I think it might be actually adult, which is funny. And then we have Trapped by Michael Northrup. This is a survival YA about some kids getting locked up in their school during a snowstorm or a blizzard. That's what they're called. We don't have those in California, or at least in San Diego. And last we have is The Raft by S.A. Bodine. I think she is saved out of the ocean from a plane crash, or maybe the ship sunk. I don't know. I want to read it though. Alright, let me put that back up there in a minute. So that was all of my mystery and all of my science fiction. On to the very last shelf on this bookcase for part 5. See you soon. Bye.